Want to give all praises, Shalom.
Shalom.
Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors the apostles and elders of greatness. So, salutations 144,000 men to 1/3 men, women, and children like to be saved. Alright, this brother Yahweh.
Brother Zakaria.
Alright, coming to you with a quick lesson on a basic topic, but this is prophetic. Alright, because the scripture says that witch shall withdraw itself, and I'll get that scripture later on, but the main point is about marriage. Alright, so I came across this this image you see of a child defining what marriage is in social studies, right? I think this looks locally, it's on local, right?
Yeah, at least in the Caribbean, somewhere.
Or within the Caribbean, right? The child name might be, anyway, the child name don't matter. But question is, what is marriage? And this is what the child answered. Marriage happens when the parents of a girl say to her, and she put uplifted commas, which means she knows a little bit of grammar in English word, right? You are a big woman now. We can't feed you again. Better go and find a man who will start feeding you. And the girl meet a man whose parents.
And if some real quick, right? And it's kind of like that, you know, but the parents ain't telling she go out there because they can't feed her no more, but it's rather, you know, she reached age of marriageability, right? She could breed, right? Go and make, basically they send she out to go and be useful, you know, to a man's lineage, right? Be a part of something, you know what I mean? Yeah, right. What the scripture say is that women gonna be saving childbearing, you know, showing you that a woman is very important for a woman to bear children. You know, that's her purpose, right? And
Yeah, because she's the carrier of the seed for that 9 months and so forth. She's the nurturer of the seed. Everybody demands the provider and the protector, among other things, but that's another lesson. But you see the tonality of which he's saying it is that according to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, you will get attacked. When it says the woman shall hate. This is by her telling her go and find a man. That wasn't custom of Israel. The custom of Israel is that the parents would find a man because she's young and inexperienced, and she would be in her feelings and all bubbly and make rash decisions and think that, and she won't perceive who's a wise man or who's a wicked man or who's a man just out for like to have sex alone, you know. This day and age, you know, the parents are frustrated and telling these children this thing, and you can tell that this thing is weighed upon this child, that is upon her mind, that she would literally think that this is an acceptable answer for marriage. You know what I'm saying?
What is the scripture on Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy 28 and around, I think 50.
What's that?
The tender and delicate woman shall.
Okay.
You know so? Right? It says better go and find a man who will start feeding you, and the girl meet with a man whose parents shout at him to marry. Please, you are now a big man. Both of them test themselves and become happy, then agree to live together and start doing nonsense to have children. You see, and this is withdrawing itself, because the parents are not reading the scriptures, they're not teaching the scriptures. On top of that, the parents are not even mindful to pass on sound knowledge of understanding what marriage is, because what is called the institution of marriage, there's no such thing as that in this kingdom. Yes, sex is marriage, but the structure of it is totally destroyed. Everybody wants the razzle dazzle of it, you know. Everybody wants the wedding and the ceremony and all that. And if they don't want that, they want the other part of it, which is the sex, the pleasure. But they don't understand what they are part of, the union or the joint together of a man and woman. It wasn't just you just meet and fuck and this it. Families would have agreed, and a man and woman would understand what they are doing. And if a man, you know, didn't uphold this, he would have been deemed a wicked man, at least in Israel. And this proved that this is Babal, which means confusion. This is utter confusion. This child is lost. They don't understand. This scenario is specifically towards the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Hispanics. You never hear East Indians or Chinese or white or so-called white people, so-called East Indians, so-called Chinese, say to their children these things. And even if they do, it doesn't meet the public to this level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Ready scripture anyway.
Bread.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. It says, or you want to get the woman specifically, the tender and delicate woman.
Yeah, the woman.
Alright. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. The tender.
What was that 54 though?
The tender and delicate man.
No, read.
It says, the tender and delicate woman,
for the woman
among you would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, or I shall be evil towards her husband of her own bosom, and towards the son, and towards her daughter.
All right. So this woman, because to be honest, when you read from the part that says you are a big woman now, we can't feed you, it sounds like a nigger woman talking. But there are some wicked men out there that would say that, right? So we're going to read 54 for sure, because a wicked woman is a portion to a wicked man. So read 54 out. I don't understand why he was going to read 54.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Sheila? His eyes shall be evil towards them. Not only shall he be evil, but he can leave them. And this prophesied. There are more Israelite single mothers than any other nation.
Yeah, especially Judite, you know,
Judite, Benjamin, yeah,
Judah, Benjamin, and Levite,
the southern kingdom,
right?
You know, the head tribes.
Yeah, because these women be acting a fool to Esau. Set up laws in such a way that they could get certain benefits if they don't have a man. But to be honest, these single mothers be taken advantage of, in outside the way in the world.
Exactly. I saw a post of a woman saying that, society has lied to us. Society has lied to us and told us that it's okay to be a woman drinking, and doing partying and doing whatever she wants. And then when you reach 30, you could settle down. But reality hit that woman. She's like, no man wants a woman that's like that. No man wants a woman that be exposing herself online all day, every day.
Yeah, it can.
He's looking for a feminine woman that's going to humble down and learn to cook and clean and so forth. Right? Because when he's out there working, he wants to know that he wants to be comforted that his house is in some semblance of order. Because we're not saying you're going to get raped, because there's so many demons coming at the weaker vessel that it's hard to find a woman that could just do basic shit. Like the other day we saw a video where this nigga man killed his woman on live Facebook with a hammer and confessed to it and killed the man that she was having an affair with, all because he was working 2-3 jobs and she was just out there whoring herself. You know what I'm saying? And the man in aggravation did a righteous thing. But now wasn't the time. Now, in spiritual sense, now isn't the time to do stuff like that. If your woman cheats on you, you leave that bitch alone. You know, you walk away, you call it another day, you cut ties. Now it's not time for us to stone anybody or doing none of that. Vengeance is the Lord. And the Lord would not. The scripture says, "A marvel if the wicked get away without get away unpunished." Yeah, Salaki, you want to say something? I feel like a ramble.
No, can't do. It was well said, we say.
You finished with which one? You want to read 55?
Yeah, can. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he had nothing left in the siege and in the straitness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
Yep. And that time is coming. That time is coming whereby this place will be in siege, and Jake can do the most to the children. You know. And the nigga woman, the same thing. They can sell their daughters and sons and so forth. Yeah, continue. You appreciate?
Yeah, right. It also says that so that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children, right, whom he shall eat. Right. Also going back to, you know, in this present time, you know, Jakes, especially Jakes, they're not able to, you know, left an inheritance for the children. You know, and even that goes back into the constitution of marriage, because when you look up the history, right, when, you know, persons getting married in Israel, you know, there was a lot of gifts and inheritance being passed out at the time. You know, both from the bride and from the groom. You understand? So, which goes back to, you know, marriage is a business as well. Right? You know, like we
an exchange of trade.
You know, like we were saying a couple weeks ago or a week ago at camp, right? You know, these women that don't want you bring a next woman into the house. Stifling the business.
Trying to get another work on board. Like a lighten the workload.
Lighten the load, you know?
Yeah. God discipline. You can read it from Mark. Deuteronomy 21 and verse 13. And this is what they should be teaching their children, right? Go ahead. This is talking about the slave woman. The main point, a key point is here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 21 verse 13. And he shall put the remnant of Slakia, and she shall put the remnant of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother for a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
You see, so it isn't nothing about she can get a gown, she can wear this, she can wear a veil. No, the scripture says you can go into her and she shall be your wife. Simple and sweet. If you get another one, let me know.
Yeah,
right?
another.
Right? It's nothing complicated. Marriage is when a man and woman come together and agree before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and not before man. There's no priest there. There's no mention of no priest consecrating anything.
Yep.
All right. The only way that there should be an issue or any validation of a man in this or mankind in this situation is when the question of virginity. All right, and we can get that too.
Yeah.
Whether
Well, so a woman is get a bill of marriage from her father.
Yeah.
So her parents, right?
Mhm.
Just talking about the old tradition, so to speak, in Israel, right? Our culture.
Well, yeah, culture. Tradition is kind of like something that is practiced on a regular, but the culture means that it's a law,
Can.
right? Well, not like a law. There's like a law, because it's a bill of divorce, but the Most High never intended it so, right? But go ahead, not to complicate things.
Yeah, can. It says, this is Genesis 24:67. It says, and Isaac
Yeah.
can. Genesis 24:67. It says, and Isaac brought her into his mother's Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
Yep.
Right, so right there's no pastor, no anything like that, right? Really supposed to be, what in modern times there's called an arranged marriage. Like Apostle Tahar was actually going into that about a week or two ago, where the parents arrange a meal for the woman to marry, all right, or
something on there.
give her to a male to be wife, right? And hey, it used to be to hell with if she like you or not.
Exactly. This ain't about love. This is business, baby.
Well, it kind of is about love, cause remember the law is love, and it's about the law.
I hear ya. No, but what they say. Recently they would have said this romanticize it, and said that if I don't love you, I can't marry you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I bring it up the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's not about feelings.
Oh, feelings. Yeah.
Right? It's more about doing the right thing was right by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is more about the love of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead if you.
Yeah, I got this. You want to read it?
Right quick, right before I get into the. I was going to give a testament. I actually read this scripture to a Christian, right? And she was like, "So wait, Isaac and Rebecca didn't get, and Sarah didn't get married?" Like she was like,
where's the ceremony? Where's the gown? Where's the flower girl? The ring?
Salakia, Isaac and Rebecca.
Yeah.
She was like, so they committed fornication? Like, more surprised way, like, and I was like, at the moment I realized how far we people gone,
Yeah.
Because they think whatever they see in the Western world right now, that's it.
They ain't believe it in the book itself.
Is it precept?
It's not precept. It's is a paragraph from Manners and Customs of the Bible. Can I read it for me?
Wow. Done. It says.
What's the page or the chapter, whatever it is?
Yeah, marriage, espousal, and it quote Matthew 1:18, Mary was espoused to Joseph. Espousal among the Hebrews was something more than what a mere marriage engagement is with us.
Exactly.
It was considered the beginning of marriage, was legally binding as marriage, true, itself, and could not be broken off save by a bill of divorce. Hence, we find that Joseph is called the husband of Mary. The betrothal was usually determined by the parents or brothers of the parties, which we was just saying that. You know, the parents basically will have what is called an arranged marriage.
Or the brothers, the elder brothers. Not even the elder brothers, because if the sister older, the brothers still have the wisdom to see if the man that's interested in his sister is wise enough. You know, because though they could bring shame to the family.
Yeah, can.
You know, he could make the daughter a whore.
Yep. And or even the uncle, you know, could step in.
Could step into,
right? It says, and the engagement was made between a friend or legal representative of the groom and the father of the bride. The espousals were made very early in life, though marriage did not take
place. Meaning like teenage years, because the teenage girls and boys now are not the teenage girls and boys then. They were higher stature, you know, and there's no law, because when we think about it, puberty, that's when the hormones are at its richest and ripest. Same thing as a plant or animals and so forth. They have children
when it's right.
Yeah, they have children in their youth, in their prime and their strength. That's why a firstborn is considered your strength, because it's when you had them, when you your best water. You know what I'm saying? That's why so much teenage pregnancy going on right now. And that's why a lot of men doing ridiculous shit to little children and all these things, because all the testosterone, all the sexual frustration building up, and these men ain't getting to vent it. They didn't get a chance to vent it in the youth. So you feel happen, you know, brother.
Yeah, it can. Right? And not only that, but you look at a young woman, right? A woman that had a child really young, it's actually easier on her body, right?
Yeah.
Than a woman that waits till she like 20s, in she 20s.
Oh shit, 20s.
Right?
I was gonna say 30s.
No, 20s. They're gonna lose every little bit of shape, you know.
Oh yeah, can.
Body is take longer to recover, right? But some of these, cause over here in Guyana, in the countryside, they all 16 and 15 and 17 still giving train. Still, you know, getting pregnant and making train.
Yeah.
Right? And those who show, you know, you really shouldn't believe what you see on your TV. Cause the TV gonna show you that people getting married around 29, 28. You know, it's really far from reality.
Yeah.
You know? Like the song with Natural Black sing.
Right? Yeah. And he was singing about the same girl that didn't perceive, you know, what life is about. And the girl in the thing that the test that she wrote, it was far from reality. Because she's believing whatever her parents said to her is truth.
Yeah, can. But the point I was going to make, right, is that I could speak personally, right, from seeing a lot of women that bear children, alright, in the teenage years, in the latter teenage years, how their body develop, you know, like really good, versus a woman who would have a child around 25, 26, and all the little body that she still had at the point, she lose it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like what you were saying, those are, if the female wasn't ready to sex, her body wants to develop.
Exactly.
You know, those hormones are nature way of saying
you're ready.
You're ready. You could go and breathe, right? So you know what these people even talking about? Understand?
Yep.
Yeah, I can. Wanna read some more?
Yeah. I want you read the whole thing.
It says, was legally binding as marriage itself and could not be broken off save by a bill of divorce. Hence, we find that Joseph is called the husband of Mary. The betrothal was usually determined by the parents or brothers of the parties, and the engagement was made between a friend or legal representation of the bridegroom and the father of the bride. The espousals were made The espousals were made very early in life, though marriage did not take place before the bride was 12 years old. Even when the age was suitable, the marriage was not consummated for some time after the betrothal. Yeah, after she hit 12, right? She, most likely by then she'll start seeing period, and things like that. That doesn't mean you have to go into her right away.
Exactly.
Because sometimes she's still learning a few things from her mother, all right, and so forth.
Or the women of the community.
Women of the community, on how to deal with a man. How to speak to a man.
Yep.
How to express yourself to a man. Because, hey, and these women in this society now like talk about men don't know how to communicate. Feeling, bitch, y'all don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to say something.
But yeah, this part of the marriage, right? This is the promise part, as in whereby a man could approach a woman, or approach a woman's father or brother or male family member and said, "Yo, I'm interested in this person to be married," and so forth. And she promised unto the man. And that's legally binding, and not before the eyes of men, but mainly before the eyes of the Most High, because the Most High is the one that set the law. And a man, the scripture said that a man's word should be what's the word? Should stand. If he say he can do this, he say he do this. Not like Laban, who had Jacob with nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to show that he didn't know the law. He wasn't carrying out the law. Right? Continue on.
Yeah, it says, the espousal were made Salakio. It says, even when the age was suitable, the marriage was not consummated for some time after the betrothal. See Judges 14:3. At least a year or sometimes more elapsed between the betrothal and the marriage of a maiden, to give time for preparing our outfit. Obviously you don't need a whole year to prepare an outfit, right? You can need some time, cause Israel is a special people, but there was things that the female would be learning during the time, right?
Yes, sir.
It says at least a year, sometimes more, It allows between the betrothal and the marriage of the maiden to give time for preparing her outfit. In case of a widow, marriage might take place 30 days after espousal. The betrothal was usually accompanied by a feast in the house of the bride.
See that?
I see that, right? Right quick. It said for a widow, it will happen within 30 days. Why?
Why?
Because she already know what she gotta do.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
She
Plus she
been in the position.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
She already know the duties of a wife, so she don't need a year more to be taught this or taught that. You know what I mean? It says the betrothal was usually accompanied by a feast in the house of the bride, right? And that part is a tradition, right? But right now they got it like a law. You know, you gotta go pay for rent out some hall or something. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure a big feast.
You know, like the man on TikTok here and there, and the man say, listen, we don't do no marriage thing, we can get a barbecue, we sell some tickets, and we gonna marry right there. And Jake is troubled by it. And I said, Jake didn't even know what he's saying. But there's some truth to what he's saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessary. After Isaac had sex with Rebecca, there wasn't no feast or anything like that.
He would have to go all the way back to
your mother's house.
No, to she house, because it's normally in the bride house.
Yeah.
So you gotta go all the way back to where was you got to go? The land of
Land of
I think it's like ours or something like that.
Yeah.
Something, you know. But continuing, right? It says the engagement to be binding must be either by written contract or by the reception of presents by the bride from the bridegroom. Right? It says when Abraham's servant received the consent of Rebekah's father and brother to make her the wife of his master's son, he presented to the maiden valuable gifts. The reception of these made the contract binding. Going back to what too? So-called
Dowry.
Right?
Yeah.
Because after the bride father receives her, which shows you again is a business transaction, right? After her father receives her, she's officially given to the man, right?
Yeah.
It's only up to the man at that point, to give her a bill of divorce,
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Exodus 22:16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, as in not espoused or promised, right? Lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Alright? So this goes to show that it's just once you lash, it's marriage. Instead of afterwards and hold a wedding and a feast, the pastor come in and baptize the banner and make sure his sins wash away, then tell you that he have rent out the church hall, pay the pastor a little money. None of that is there. It's plain and simple. The father receives a dowry. for the virgin. You know what I'm saying? And it says entice a maid. Entice me that is sweet talk shit, like what Jake is do, rackle a thing. You know?
That's in Exodus.
Thing. Exodus 22.
22,
yeah. Yeah, you got it. There's the end.
Yeah, there's the end in this.
Alright. We got another little page here. Okay. Alright, so we can close off on it. We got another preset. Alright, so with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Makakodash, double honors the apostles and those of greatness, so on a salutation, 144,000 men, 1/3 men, women, children, like to be saved. Abad Babal,
Abad Babal,
Abad Babal,
Abad Babal,
Abad Babal,
Abad Babal,
Shalom.
Shalom.